Hi there guys. So a little while ago I was beginning to talk about in the interim between big chunks of content, just because we're kind of quiet at the moment in terms of content. Maybe I'll do a little series on just sort of tips and general advice for people that are quite new to the game. Obviously the anniversary brought in quite an influx of people into the game. And you know, all these resources were thrown at them at the same time. You know, it's like, here's your medals, here's chips, here's Dales, here's Sids, here's Brooms, and these people are like, oh, okay, cool, lots of stuff, that's great. What do I do with it all? There's some tutorial quests there. Let's have a look at the tutorial quests. Yeah, so these tutorial quests give off evolution material, skills, experience and money medals, and then I believe this one here and this one here give you enough medals to be able to guild that Donald B, and also magic mirrors. So if you're a new player going in, you're going like, oh, lots and lots of different things, okay, great. That's how I use everything. Now the cheeky part about this one is the very last little scene that it shows you in the movie portion is basically like, let's see if I can pull it up. This one right here, this screen right here, the Fantasia Mickey B medal is a valuable medal that can strengthen the special attack of any medal that it's used on. So if you're a new player coming into the game, and you're like, okay, skills, how do I get those? Oh, okay, from the Colosseum, da-da-da-da-da. Magic mirrors, how do I get those? Okay, from the Colosseum boards and from the raid boards, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, this is how I use them, cool, I'll try using it, okay, la la la. Mickey and Brooms medals, okay, cool. So I'll put that here, I'll guild this Donald B that I got. How do I get more of those? Or what do you mean we don't get more of those? What do you mean we only get 2? How do I get more? Oh, no one knows yet? Oh, well now I feel a bit ripped off. So I kind of want to make this video just to be like, what should you use your Mickey and Brooms medals on? And what you definitely shouldn't. So let's go back to my medal list real quick. Yeah, here's that screen that I'm talking about. If you're a new player and you go, okay, I've got my Donald made exactly the way it says. Okay, I'll try using another Donald on it, or maybe I'll use my Mickey on it, just to see what it does. I wouldn't blame a new player for doing that. Anyway, I've said my piece, let's move on. Okay, so another big reason why I wanted to make this video now is because given that the Daily Sid Challenge went from being a VIP exclusive to something that every single person can have, no matter if you pay for VIP or not, something's got to take its place. And if we look at the JP version, just for insight as to what that might be, it may be a farmable event for Brooms. Now this Broom medal here, obviously a lot of you guys know what this is, but again for new players, allows you to combine 5 of these Broom medals here with 1 of these Mickey freely available Fantasia Mickey A medals to make another Mickey and Brooms medal. Obviously the Brooms themselves are less valuable, but still very valuable as they're the only way of getting more of these. So we don't have them yet, but one could expect that we would get a quest similar to what JP version has, which is, now I believe it's, you pay for VIP and every single one of those days you have the option to get 1 more Brooms medal, meaning that over a week you would get just over enough to have 1 more Mickey and Brooms medal. So it isn't an exorbitant amount dropped straight away, but it, you know, that adds up over time. Over 4 weeks you can guild 5 medals, I believe the math works out, if I'm not an idiot. If that's even true, sorry, I don't actually know if the Brooms quest does what I'm saying it does, but from what I've heard, it gives you 1 Broom a day. So, yeah, 7 Brooms, enough to guild 1 medal a week, basically. Just over. Okay, so if that was to come over here, people would have their 3rd Mickey and Broom medal if they've been saving all 3. And that's enough to guild a premium medal that has orbs on it. So a lot of people would have gotten my old friend, the one I keep bloody talking about, illustrated KHD Tyri, however you want to call her. And they're going to look at her and go, oh, I'm 3 dots away from guilting this medal. I could use my 3 Mickey and Brooms and guilt it straight away. Fantastic. I would not recommend doing that, and here's why. If you were lucky enough to pull any other guilted medal any other orbs medal along the way, let's use my World of Final Fantasy Una medal here as an example. Over the last few deals, we've been getting medals that have been available at tier 5 with 3 orbs already lit, which is fantastic. It's really, really good. If you they had extremely low pull rates, but if you were fortunate enough to get one, you are now 3 Mickey and Brooms away from having a guilted tier 4 or tier 5 medal. So the banners that included were the HD Roxas banner, which came with obviously HD Roxas, the illustrated Leon, Xehanort and Vanitas, And what was the final one? I'm going to forget the final one. The other banner was the HD Ursula banner, and then there was also the Dark Riku and World of Chaos banner. See, I've forgotten one medal in that list, but... crap. Alright, I can't remember it, but the second I press pause and press stop, I'm going to remember it, so... Don't have to tell me in the comments. I know what it is already, future me knows what it is, but current me right now can't remember what it is, so... Anyway, if you were fortunate enough to pull from that banner and get the banner medal, it would already come at 3 orbs lit. If you were to use your Mickey and Brooms on that medal instead of your Illustrated Kairi, just in terms of the amount of damage you'd be able to squeeze out per turn, would be so much higher if you were to get one of these instead. Illustrated KHUx Kairi is a fantastic medal, but her utility does not come from the damage that she deals. If she was guilted, that would be nice. It's not a bad thing to have her guilted, but I'm just saying in terms of the damage per medal, basically, the damage per Brooms medal that you would be able to squeeze out, it would go so much further if you were to guilt one of these medals instead. Like right now, this HD Roxas, for example, that I was extremely lucky to pull, with its 2% chance or whatever it had, I could put the 3 Mickey and Brooms, if I were to get one, on this medal, and deal a hell of a lot more than an additional 14,000 damage. You know, that multiply would shoot up to 5.76 plus a little bit more, so let's say 5.9. And it would do just a heck of a lot more damage than an additional 14,000. You know. Do I want to do that though? Do I want to put on 3 Mickey and Brooms the second I get them onto this medal? As much as I would love to have a Gilded Tier 5 as a free-to-play player and go that's really cool, I have a Gilded Tier 5. Probably not. Because I don't need it right now. If there was something that I had, some content that I simply could not pass without a Gilded Tier 5 HD Roxas, then that would be an option. But right now, it's more just for my own, it would be really cool, therefore I want to do it. Which is that's not an invalid reason, we're here to have fun in this game. If it's gonna be really fun to me to see a freaking guilt number flash up on this thing every single time I use it. It'd be a really good fun, but if I'm trying to be the smartest free-to-play player I can be, thinking that in the future, maybe I'll do more pulls and get lucky as well, and there could be medals that are so much more valuable to have guilted than even this guy, which that may not ever happen for me. I may never get that lucky, but I'm just saying, while free-to-play players find Brooms kind of scarce, and that won't last forever either, but while they find them scarce, it's probably best to play smart with them. Just until we get a few more liberally shared around to us as well, which will happen. Like in JP, they have avatar boards. I believe for the anniversary, they had avatar boards that contained 2 Brooms inside them. They're not going to be very rare forever, but as in every single piece of content in this game, what starts out scarce becomes eventually distributed to everyone. Because that's how the game evolves. You can't just have the high level content given to the high level players all the time. You have to then devalue that content over time by spreading it out to everyone else, and then making incentive to buy new higher level content. That's the entire economy of the game. That's why we're at tier 5 right now, and why tier 6s to 8 are on the way. So one more thing I wanted to touch on was, if we do have Mickey and Brooms coming soon, and on a more regular basis, does that mean that we're going to see the end of the VIP medal that is spread over 2 weeks to fully guilt it? Because why would anyone buy a VIP over 2 weeks if they could just be smart with their Mickey and Brooms? And you know what I'm trying to say here? So if you get 4 the first week, and then it's do I want to buy VIP next week? No, I'll just save my Brooms, and I'll use them to guilt the medal that I got 4 copies of last week. So, do you get what I'm trying to say? Does that mean... Because JP never had... From what I understand, JP has never had a VIP medal that was spread over 2 weeks in order to get them all. It's always been, you buy VIP, you get enough medals to fully guilt the VIP medal of that week. It isn't spread over 2 weeks. So, if Brooms are fairly available to us, does that mean the likelihood of, the global version of the game getting that perk, if you will, if that's what we have to call it, over here as well. I'm not too sure. That's just what I was kind of thinking about as well. But that'd be really cool if it was. I mean, I don't think anyone should be forced to pay for VIP twice to get, you know, one gilded copy of the medal. That's absurd to me. I mean, for me, that's 45 Australian dollars if I were to ever buy VIP. $45 for a gilded copy of a not real thing, of a thing that lives inside my phone, and that when the servers are turned off one day will just be gone forever. So yeah, I can't justify that. But again, people play however they want to play. If they want to do it, that is their choice, and more power to them. Honestly, more power to them. I've seen the amount of damage that friggin' King Mickey, Donald and Goofy medal does. Yeah, I could see why people spend money on that. I can completely see that. So, just my thoughts on Mickey and Brooms. I wouldn't use them on Illustrated Kyrie, absolutely not. Again, the damage she deals isn't as valuable as the damage that you could deal with other medals. Then we got to think about traits. I mean, some medals are going to be so much more useful if you get a trait on them anyway, meaning that you're going to want to reroll with copies of the medal itself. So it's like almost like you don't want to use a Mickey and Brooms on it because you're almost waiting to pull another copy of that premium medal. It's going to get messy. It's going to get tricky, but yeah, that's just some thoughts for now. Like I said, not everyone's even going to be likely to pull a tier 5 medal with orbs on it anyway. Like, I completely understand that it's a very, very unlikely situation that I found myself in. Again, like a 2% chance of pulling that. Poor old Shenang pulled over and over again and then didn't get one, but he got his own back in the latest video, his latest pull video that I saw. He got some very, very good luck. So, congratulations to him. 1 second. I just remembered, speaking of this unit over here, man, if these Brooms came a bit earlier and like we had a few by now, I don't know, maybe I would have guilted this thing by now. It's because it's so, I've been using this for months and months and months and months. I've been using this thing, and if I could just suddenly double the damage on it, whew. Unfortunately, with like some medals on the way, and the fact that tier 3 is not over but moving out of popularity, I don't think I could use my Brooms on this. As much as I would love to have it gilded, I think I'd have to save them for something a bit more beneficial to me, but oh boy. If you use your Brooms on this, let me know, because I know some people would have like boosted versions of like Sephiroth, for example, or Yuna, or Tama, or whatever. And I could see people guilting them with the Brooms, and then not being a bad decision, that being quite a good decision for them. But yeah, if there's anything you're saving for in particular, let me know. I'd love to hear what you're saving for. If you want to join the Discord, please do that as well. I'll have my videos kind of floating around my head right about now, so you can click on playlists and whatever. I'm hopefully going to be able to stream Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 collection pretty soon. My copy's just arrived, so I'm very excited to hang out with you guys on the stream and just have a chat about the Kingdom Hearts series while we play. And yeah, just apart from that, I'll try and get some more videos out soon if the content comes, but until then, yeah, this has been my first little episode of my Kingdom Hearts questions video, so yeah, see you guys soon. All the best. Bye. Oops, missed the goddamn button.